Today's a special day. Dave and I are preparing to give this tractor away. No, it's not what you think. We're not going to give it away on the channel. We're going to give it to Christy's dad. As you may know, Christy's mom passed away earlier this spring, and her dad now has had a chance to get outside and do a lot more work outside again. He had been taking care of her mom for a long time and really hadn't been able to get out and do the kinds of things he wanted to do. Well, he's really wanting a 1025R. And I just don't see any reason for him to buy a 1025R at this stage when we have two. So yep, this one is going to be going to Christy's dad. We've got a lot of things to do on it here. Let's get started. We're going to take off our custom seat, not because we don't want Bobby to be comfortable, but more because I don't have but one of these, and I might want to try it on a different tractor, see what we can do. We may eventually get some different brackets so we can fold it upward for the backhoe. Right now we can't put it on Johnny X because it's not backhoe compatible. This tractor doesn't have a backhoe, so the seat was fine for it, but it does not fold up, so you can't use it with the backhoe. So Dave's helping with that. How are you doing, Dave?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain, it's a nice day. It's not raining, not too hot. Nice summer day.
Since when has that stopped you from complaining?
I generally don't complain regardless of the weather, actually.
No,
So,
you're pretty easy to deal with, Dave. I appreciate that.
try to be.
We're going to leave this Summit kit on the tractor with 4 valves, 3 on the rear and 1 going to the front for a third function. I think I'm going to leave the top link on it, the Summit top link here. We did take off the side link. I think that would just be more confusing than what Bobby needs. So we have lubed up the original side link and got it adjusted where we want it. We're going to leave on the heavy hitch drawbar here. We have one of those for both of our tractors, and that's an enormously beneficial addition. So we're going to leave that on there.
So are we leaving him this loader, or are we going to swap it for the, what do they call that, the self-leveling?
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to do, Dave? You know me well enough to know.
I would think we swap them loaders.
Yeah.
So
I want to keep the non-self-leveling loader. I just like it better. It doesn't lift quite as much as the self-leveling, but by the time we get the Hydros Plus cylinders on it, it's got plenty of capacity for this small tractor. I think we've illustrated that before. So we'll swap out loaders. The main reason I like this loader better is that I can curl it so much further, especially when the loader is raised. I can curl it back, and with a grapple that gives a lot more functionality. And also with the forks, I like being able to tilt them straight up for certain situations. I know that probably sounds odd, but well, just 4 bolts hold the seat onto the bracket. Trackseats.com, by the way, for this seat. Coupon code TTWT gets you 5% off. We've modified the brackets a time or two. Dave, we should grease this fitting under the tractor so that Bobby doesn't have to.
yeah,
This is your first experience under here.
I believe so, yeah. We did some service on Johnny X, I think, but I don't remember doing this one.
Uh-oh.
This is a very difficult to get to fitting.
It sure is.
So
Point to the hole we're supposed to be using.
So we've got that option, and then we've got this option over here. Not sure how good you can see that, but there's not a lot of room to get to this one fitting up there in the front.
I don't know if we're able to see it or not. There, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we know that the lock and lube won't fit. So we're going to try our little extension here. Hey, you got it on there.
The extension's in, so. We're pumping it in there, but not where we want to have it at.
We're pumping around the fitting.
Around the fitting.
So the other thing we try that I've shown in the past is this needle. Now the way this thing works is that this tip of this needle can actually push the ball in on the fitting itself.
Got so much grease in there, that might be difficult.
Well, you know, there wasn't much grease in there till just a second ago.
Yeah, well, I thought I was on it, but I wasn't.
Now, while you're trying to get that, I will say that we take the flywheel here.
Hey! Hey, looky there. Tim's
You shot it
pretty
right
good.
up in there.
Went right through it. I like that.
Now, I've had people ask me about where to get this kind of a needle nozzle, and I don't know. I looked on Amazon. I'll put a link on my Amazon page if I can, but this one's a little different than the one that I've been able to show. See, when you put it on the end of the lock and lube, you can actually
Close it around it.
close it around it, right? So it's kind of it just works really well in that regard. But it has its own grease fitting there, and then that way it can just attach onto the lock and lube. Hit the end here so we can see. So that's how we attach it. Finding that exact combination was not easy, and I've had that one for years. So, but I'll try to update my Amazon page with Amazon.com/shop/tractor time with Tim with one of those needles. This is the easiest way to do that greasing. Now, some people say they don't have any problem getting a regular grease gun in there. You know, it's.
I suspect those people are getting in there, but they're not actually getting the bearing greased.
Well, they may be.
The huge joint greased, because ours just blew around the fitting.
Yeah, but sometimes you can get it. You know, it's very, very close as to whether you get that or not. It's just more difficult. I think actually pushing that ball down with that needle is the easiest way. There's one more back here. It's much easier to get to. I actually got more than one more. This is four-wheel drive. And then there's the rear fitting there. So that's 3 of the 4. The fourth one. Hey, look, this tractor's newer than my old one. It's actually got a finger tab on it. We can just pull this all back. Now, if your machine is a little bit older, there'll be a grease fitting here and another one on top over there. But they've removed those. Those are sealed now. So there used to be 6 fittings under here. Now there's 4. There are 2 more when you have the mower deck apparatus installed. There's a U-joint that goes here and then the other end of that. Speaking of which, that's what we need to put on next, Dave.
Yep. I think it's going to be easier on the lift or on the ground.
I think on the lift.
I think I agree.
This is the mower deck mechanism. We've got the front bolts in. A little hard to see this one around the hydrostat pedal. Now we'll take the rear up, figure out where they are mounted. This is the rock shaft approach where the lift happens, right? So they're fastened in here. Dave's got that side on over there.
Oh, come on.
Did you get the splines aligned?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we still have flexibility. Next up, Dave, let's work on this right here. This is the 4-port single point connector, and we need to upgrade that to the 6-port. Got the 6-port over there on Johnny X. We're not going to show you a lot of details of that in this episode. We'll make a separate episode where we show you what we're doing as far as installing this 4-port and 6-port. That way we can go into more detail. Now, Dave, with this one, I'm trying to score some points with the father-in-law. I don't know if that's possible, but hey, we'll give it a try. This is a canopy that I've had that Artillion sent me a long time ago, and it's white. And yes, I'm too vain to put this on my personal green tractor. Actually, I got the white one for the Ventrac. And then just a few months after I got this, I think I got it all installed and used it just a couple of times in some early videos. At that point, Ventrac sent me a canopy of their own. So it's been sitting here, it's not being used. I'm thinking this is a good opportunity to get some use for it, and yeah, it's gonna look a little odd in the videos, but well, it'll keep my father-in-law a lot cooler, especially with this contraband that I'm putting on top of it now. You could get a fan from Artillion, and this is one of them, but you can't anymore. Apparently there was some intellectual property dispute over this, so no more fans but I happen to have one left over here, and yep, Bobby's going to get it. You almost got that totally installed while I've been talking about it here, Dave.
Pretty much. The canopy might not be enough, but I think the canopy with the fan will certainly score you some points.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
The real question is there somebody that could take some hints from this, some tips from this?
You mean like you? Trying to win points with your father-in-law?
No. Me and my father-in-law are good standing.
Uh-huh.
But I wondered if there was somebody else that might need to earn some points that way. There's a new father-in-law around now, isn't there?
Yeah. That's a very good point, Dave. I'm a little slow on the uptake.
Yeah, you're coming around to it. You're new.
Yeah, I'm new at this game.
You're new at the game, yeah.
So if one would happen to have a new son-in-law,
Right.
then maybe that new son-in-law would...
Something. Yeah, similar, right? Yeah. Go out of his way, you know, loan, I don't know, a tractor to, yeah.
I like the way you think, Dave. You want to try it out, Dave?
Give her a try. Now, I believe the key has to be on for this to work, right?
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Key
Otherwise,
on.
I'd leave it on.
Yeah. Ooh.
Air conditioning.
Nice.
Hey, white. It's not necessarily the prettiest color, but...
No. It's just ugly enough to give it away.
Okay, next step, Dave. This is something that Bobby has wanted ever since we first showed it on our channel. We no longer partner with this company, so that's why you haven't seen it in quite a long time. This is by a company, well, the company used to be named Terra King. It's no longer an independent company. It was bought by AgriFab. And now there's a Deere version of this product. This is called the TKV20 Terra King vacuum. I bet that's what it stood for. Yeah. It's 20 bushel. That's what the 20 is. It'll store 20 bushels. It's now sold a modified version of this under the Frontier brand name for Deere. And actually, that's how our partnership got spoiled. We had a great partnership with Terra King, and then even after they were purchased with AgriFab, we had a wonderful partnership. But John Deere came in and, yeah, spoiled the whole thing. I don't want to go into any details, but it was as you would expect. So our partnership was dissolved because of the Frontier product. It's, yeah. So, Terra King TKV20, we've got to get it out, get it vacuumed up here. I think got it cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, it's some more junk here. Let's get it on the tractor, and then we'll have to find the boot to make sure that it all works and we can get it all connected together. Okay, looked like we may need the wheels up one more notch for the height I was cutting, so it may not have a very good test, but let's see if we can see how level it is. Yeah, it looks to me like, Dave, that the right hand is cutting deeper than the left hand, and that's even with those wheels at that level. Were our wheels on the ground on the TKV20?
I wasn't looking, but I suspect as much, yes.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to take those wheels off. I found that with the 1025R in the past. I had to take those wheels off. Okay, let's go do some deck adjustments. In the past, what I've seen is that when we put that boot kit on the right hand side, it even droops the mower deck even a little bit more that direction. So
we need to make some slight adjustments to get it to where it sits more level.
Yep.
With the boot kit on.
Well, yeah, and then maybe eventually we'll have to show Bobby how to adjust this either way.
Oh, back to the shop, folks.
So you just turned that turnbuckle in there, right?
Yep, just turn it a bunch of times.
This is the turnbuckle we're going to tighten right here. Well, it looks to me like the right-hand side may still be a little bit low, but it's a lot better. It's a little hard to tell. Some of the stuff I was mowing here, that's why I kept going in circles. I think that's going to be good enough, but I just realized we got another thing to fix. The reverse, the RIO as it's called. I don't know what IO means, but the reverse switch to turn off the mower, we got to disable that. That thing's annoying. So we will do that now. Well, let's see if the dumper works. Very nice. We get much grass?
A little bit. Actually, a decent amount, yeah.
That's a decent amount for no more than we mowed.
Yeah.
For this next step, do it at your own risk. If you've got kids or grandkids that might be running around behind your tractor, beware. I know that this is put in for a protection from a legal issue. I don't have any grandkids, and my kid is 26 years old, so.
His grandkid is 26 years old, so.
Yeah, that's a good point. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this switch. We've got this cover off right here. It's relatively easy to take off. And here's where the switch is. Okay? The push button of the switch is on the back side. Option 1 is to run a zip tie all the way around here and hold that switch down all the time. And I have done that before. A lot of other people have done that. We are actually going to try unplugging this connector and try shorting across to see if that achieves the same behavior. At least we're going to try to get it disconnected without breaking anything.
Well, yeah, that's the weird part is I can't see. I see nowhere to disconnect it, so I'm just.
We can take the whole switch off if we want to get a better look.
Yeah, let's do that.
So now we've got a better look at the switch. Here's the actual push button on it. I don't think you're doing anything different than you were before, Dave.
Oh, so there's not 4 sides. There's no spot to like push or.
Turn it over though again. Is that like spot welded or something?
No. I pushed that with the screwdriver. Apparently, it just.
We have
very, very tight.
4 ways on our switch.
4 ways, yeah. But
how can a single switch have 4 ways? Do we have wires to all 4 of them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you got 2 reds, a yellow, and a blue.
Okay, Dave. Here is your reverse mowing enable kit.
Use code TTWT.
Yeah, $15 plus shipping.
Yeah.
From ttwt.com, which, yeah, another nefarious company took that. No, it's just a piece of copper wire. We're putting it here in between the red and blue. You're not telling me my kit doesn't fit.
You could have squished it just a little bit more.
Oh man, quality control.
Yep.
That's too bad.
I have a solution to that though. Because we want it to be tight. We're never going to take it out, right?
That's right. Hopefully the solution involves Nipex.
It does.
Oh, you're coming along very well on your training, Dave.
Trying.
Now you were already
studying for that test.
You dropped the kit.
I dropped the kit.
We've got to order another one.
Yep. Free or fast shipping, right?
Yeah. Okay, Dave. This is the all-new Generation 2.
Perfect.
$17.50. Plus shipping.
Little surcharge there.
Well, it's extra engineering that's gone into this one and design work.
Does it come with the Nipex?
It's worth the extra $250 because it fit right in.
It did.
Probably need some black tape on that.
Yeah.
That'll be an extra $12.50.
We could always just spray it with the battery protector or coat it in dielectric grease. Either one of those would work, but I think we're going to be using electrical tape.
Yeah, dielectric grease, that would be an extra $35. So
yeah.
with this, you can get the entire kit, $30.
Ooh, that's a steal.
Yeah, use code TTWT.
Like yep.
You might get 15 cents off.
I like it.
Dave, I've already got customer complaints about my shipping charges.
What can I say? Horse and buggy is the way to go.
So we are going to go to free shipping on this product. And in order to make it more cost effective for you, we'll include free shipping. So that'll be $50 and you get free shipping.
I like it. We could always ship it postage due.
Can you do that anymore?
Not sure.
Anyway, red to blue, right?
Yeah, red to blue with a white wire and then America.
Okay, we'll start assembling the whole package here. I guess see if it all fits together. So far so good. Now he doesn't get my forks. I don't have enough forks to go around, and I guess, well, we're showing just, you know, kind of how much I love him. You know, I mean, there's only so much we can do here, right? I mean, some limits. Now this is the old Mini 322 for John Deere Quick Attach, the original design of it, and I'll explain why I no longer use it and why, if you got a John Deere Quick Attach, it's not the best precision that you should buy now. This is the original Mini 322 from Precision Manufacturing, and it was the first design that I worked with Precision to get built. Dual clamps, but we later improved this a little bit more, and they came out with the Mini 320. And the biggest improvement was they moved these cylinders to the middle of each clamp. Now this one's still entirely functional. I just don't show it anymore because we have the Mini 320. And what would happen with this grapple, I don't see any bending, lasting bending, but what would happen is if I would grab something in here with one of these middle tines, it would deflect, okay? So presumably it could bend, but I never really saw any permanent bending. So we ran with it for a while, and it's a wonderful grapple. But that's why I don't show it anymore. And this is kind of a hodgepodge we're putting together here. I think you're probably figuring this out. But the Mini 322 will be perfect for him. If you're looking for a grapple from Precision, go to agfolks.com, use code TTWT for a discount if you've got a 1025R, the dual clamp Mini 320. To my knowledge, is the lightest dual clamshell grapple on the market. It's made out of AR400. It's absolutely incredible grapple for the 1 Series tractor. I don't know of anything that I would prefer. Well, here it is. This is what we put together. We've got the 1025R, I believe it's a 21 model, and we've got the Mini 322 grapple. We got a 53-inch bucket with bolt-on hooks on it. We've got a heavy hitch. I don't have any weights for the heavy hitch to spare, Christy.
I think he'll be okay with that.
You know, there is a limit. We're seeing the limits of my love here.
Yeah, and you do use all your weights sometimes. So.
Yeah. Hey, we got a nice handle here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll enjoy that.
Yeah, you can get those at heavyhitch.com. That'll really help him. I did not get him a step. So, hey, you know, there'll be more accessories, Bobby, that you can buy, and you can buy from our partners. Okay, that would be a very good way to give back. Right?
Yeah, but I'll have to do that for him online.
White canopy, Christy.
Oh.
And it could use a little washing.
Yeah, complete
But
with
hey,
cat fur.
I wasn't going to give away my green canopy.
I think he'll be all right with that.
TKV20.
He has wanted that for years.
It's headed his way. Full Summit hydraulic valves. All that's available. Power top link.
He is going to be the envy of the neighborhood.
We took off the power side link. I just thought that would be too much of a pain. He can adjust that manually.
Yeah.
Mower deck with the load and goes. I didn't have another cart. I didn't have another deck stand set from heavyhitch.com. Another thing for him to order.
Looks like you have the
six port single point connector, so we can remove the loader without getting off the tractor. I think that's about it.
I don't think he could ask for more.
Bobby's 88 years old as of this birthday, and now that Christy's mom has passed, he's got a little more time. He can be outside.
Yep.
And I think this is something he's wanted.
Absolutely.
And I don't see any reason that he should have to buy one. We'll loan him ours for a while.
Yep.
Until he decides he doesn't want it anymore, and then we'll do something else. Meanwhile, happy birthday, Bobby.
Happy birthday, Dad. We love you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on
Tractor Time with Tim.
For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast.
I'm sure I'm gonna back up and get into grease.
You always do.
Positive about that.
No, if you stay in the middle, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, our pond is full now. This photo is from neighbor Chris's second story window. We're super excited to see this full.